been a while. So a lot's happened since the last video. Chloe and I had our wedding. 10 days after that, we bought a new house, our first house. And then we went through the whole process of moving, which was a nightmare. Of course, everybody knows about moving. I sold my 5th gen 4Runner and I bought a Tesla. You can see the charger over there somewhere. It's not that Tesla, okay? That's a loaner car. Mine's in the shop, imagine that. But I got a Model 3 Performance. It is sweet, I love it. And I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for selling a 5th gen 4Runner for a Tesla, but I still have a 4Runner. Today we're gonna do a paint correction test on the passenger side fender of the 4Runner. This is a replacement piece that I got out of a junkyard, and I'm gonna end up doing a paint correction on this. And as you can see, hopefully, there's a giant scratch on it, and that's my fault actually. I backed over it after I put it in the garage, so it didn't look like that when I bought it, but we're gonna do a paint correction on the fender that's currently on the vehicle because that one's gonna come off. So it'll kind of give me an opportunity to test it out because I don't know what I'm doing. So everything I know is from YouTube University. So I'm just going to give it a shot, see how it looks, and then if it looks pretty good, I'm gonna go ahead and pull that fender off and slap this one on there. And then we're gonna do a paint correction of the whole truck. So yeah, let's get started. And by the way, I forgot to mention, we're not gonna do a full detail today. I'm just going to wipe off and clay that one panel, and I'm gonna do the test on that. And then if it looks good, then we'll proceed with the rest of the truck. So I don't know if you guys remember, but once upon a time, I was testing out some new detailing products because I wanted to kind of get away from chemical guys. I was just kind of getting fed up with the quality of their products. So what I ended up settling on is Griot's Garage. This here is a synthetic clay. It says that you can clay up to 24 cars with it, which we're only doing one, so not a big deal. And then I'm also using this Speed Shine, which says that it can also be used as ideal as a lubricant for our synthetic clay products. So Speed Shine, synthetic clay. We're just gonna clean this up a little bit, and then we'll try the DA. All right, I went ahead and fake clayed it. I'm just gonna give it a quick wipe down real quick. This is the tool I'm using. You can see it's dusty. It's been sitting in my garage for a hot minute, but it's a forced rotation dual action polisher with a 6-inch backing plate. I'm gonna use the orange correcting pad and then complete compound. Now we're doing the most basic possible setup here. You know, this isn't a 2-step, this is a 1. So, you know, there's a chance that I may need to go with the heavy cut with a cutting pad and then, you know, finish it off with a polish. But we're gonna see if we can get, you know, 80% of the results with 50% of the work. Guys, please do not forget, this is not a tutorial channel, okay? I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just here to have a good time, so we can laugh together if I screw it up, but don't screw yours up. Well, I think I can confirm that worked really well, and I only did a couple of passes very fast. Okay, I'm a little bit bummed that I didn't do a tape line, so maybe I should do that. All right, guys, so I can tell you right off the back that the complete compound is working really great for this particular application. I don't think I'm gonna need anything more than that because I'm not worried about this looking like a show car because it's not, it's a trail truck. So I think this will be what I'll use. The DA works good, but it is a forced dual action, so when you put a little bit of pressure, a little bit more pressure, it starts to get a little shaky, a little bouncy, kind of hard to control. And I'm finding that that giant 6.5 inch pad is just too big for the detail work, even on the little simple stuff like the ridge here, the body line there. It's too big. So I'm gonna go ahead and try it on the hood. I wasn't planning on doing that. Originally I was just gonna do the fender, and if it worked out great, I was gonna go ahead and swap out the fender, but I really wanna see the difference. So I'm gonna do the typical paint correction, tape line, compare sides. The hood is probably the worst looking body panel on the whole truck. So if we can get one side looking really good, then I'll be extremely happy with this product. And then I'll just have to pick up a smaller DA, something that I can get those detail spots with, and then we'll be able to knock this whole thing out. But I'm probably gonna wait until it gets a little colder outside because I'm sweating out here, dude. I'm trying so hard to be done with these Chemical Guys products. Quite a few rock chips with rust and stuff, and then there's a giant raw spot across the top where the bug deflector was installed by the previous owner. I'm assuming that's what that mark is, but I'm hoping that I can mostly hide it with this paint correction. That would be incredible. Had to grab my step ladder because I'm short. I'm only 5'9". Actually, that's not even true. I don't know why I lied about that. I'm 5'8". But I heard 1 inch can make a big difference. I'm just gonna do a small section at a time so this doesn't evaporate while I'm working it. I don't know if you can tell, but this whole entire panel is suffering from oxidation. It's cloudy, it looks awful. There's millions of swirl marks. There's that big scuff on the hood I was telling you about. That's from the bug deflector that used to be on here. Quite a few paint chips, and then some really bad scratching. It's hard to tell in here, guys. I'm really sorry I don't have a full production studio and my lighting is pretty bad. But if you just focus on that light in the corner, you can see it's awful. It's really bad. Okay, well, that's probably not the middle, but like I said, I'm short. Oh. Well, I'm no pro, but it sure as hell beats paying 7,000 bucks. Holy moly, bro. That's crazy. Look at that. It's like a clear reflection, and then it's like a blurry reflection. And let's just go ahead and pull that up. Wow. The crazy thing is, this isn't even like a heavy cut, guys. Obviously, paint chips aren't gonna go away, but that's not the point of this. We're just trying to make her pretty again. So that's it. That's what we're doing, guys. So I went ahead and I finished doing the rest of the hood, and I can honestly say the only drawback so far is that now that it's shiny, I can see every little dent on the whole entire thing. And I'm not fixing those, so I'm just gonna have to get over it. There's not really too many scratches. There's not much I can show you guys on here. There's still definitely a little bit of a scuff if you look closely on the front. Well, I can't find it. It's around here somewhere. Well, I guess it's a good sign that I can't find it. But I think the biggest thing that I need to work on is just pushing a little harder. I think I'm just kind of fearful that I'm gonna damage the paint, so I'm not pushing as hard as I should be. There's still a lot of scratching. Some of this stuff is like really deep, and I'm just not gonna be able to get that stuff out. But there's some stuff like right here that I could probably get out with another pass. A pretty sizable one right there, but I mean, for a trail truck, that thing is looking pretty sweet, dude. And I think once I get the rest of it done, it's gonna be looking great. But I don't know what I'm gonna do about this. I'm not gonna do the front bumper. If you look closely, it's just like the whole entire thing is peppered with rusty rock chips. There's hundreds and thousands of them. So that's not even worth the time to try to paint correct. Although I might go over the plastic. I don't know if there's rules about going over the plastic. This stuff's pretty faded, but it might be worth a shot, especially if I'm gonna be getting rid of this bumper eventually anyway. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. You know, I originally took this thing to a shop and I just wanted to get a quote, see how much it would cost to paint correct. The guy told me it'd probably be 7,000 bucks, and then he told me he wouldn't even do it. He said that it was so bad that he recommends just taking it to get repainted. So I figured anything that I get, it's a lot better than 7,000 bucks, and I certainly don't want to take the time to get it repainted. So I think that for the money, I mean, I spent 65 bucks in total for all the stuff that I needed to do what I did. Obviously, I only did the hood. I might need to buy some more compound and quite a few more pads to be able to finish the whole truck. But at the end of the day, it's a major cost savings and it makes a world of difference. And honestly, I thought that it was going to be a grueling process, but it's kind of rewarding to wipe it down and you see how clean it is. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. And it won't be 6 months before the next one, promise.